Hi, this is John Bragg, and this is my scene analysis for Module 10, Grammar of Video Storytelling. For this assignment, I've selected a scene from Dances with Wolves, a Civil War-era epic released in 1990 by Kevin Costner. In the opening scene of the film, the audience gets their first glimpse of Lieutenant John J. Dunbar wounded in battle and lying on a field surgeon's table, awaiting the amputation of his leg. Now let's take a look at the scene.
Is this the last one?
I don't know. There's no ether either.
Jesus Christ.
You there! Is this the last one?
God, what a mess. At least there's no gangrene.
Well, there will be if it doesn't come off soon.
Well, I can't saw if I can't keep my eyes open. I'm sorry. Let's coffee up. He can wait a few minutes.
An interestingly framed medium shot opens the scene. It reveals two field surgeons cutting the boot from a mostly unseen and unidentified Union soldier with a gunshot wound to the leg. I find this first shot interesting because the heads of both the surgeons and the soldier are completely out of frame, presumably because the surgeons' identities are not relevant to the story. Conversely, their dialogue is, as it serves to set the story in motion and to reveal the Lieutenant Dunbar character later in the scene. Also of note here is how the two torsos in the foreground frame the soldier in the background, who plays a small part in the scene by ignoring the surgeon's inquiry. This could be considered a bit of a throwaway line, though the soldier's lack of response and indifference does hint at the downtrodden mindset of a soldier at this time and place in the film and in history that we'll see in Lieutenant Dunbar in subsequent shots. The scene then cuts to a brief neutral angle shot at floor level, which shows the soldier's boot kicked into a pile of other discarded bloody boots. This tells the audience the wounded soldier is one of many and further increases the melancholy tone of the scene set in the initial shot. We then return to the initial shot's perspective, though in this case the camera dollies backward slowly, revealing more of the film's protagonist lying on the table. Next we see a medium close-up shot from the opposite perspective. Lieutenant Dunbar raises his head and, after nearly a full minute into the scene, we finally see an identifiable face. The delay in identifying this, or any character for that matter, makes the reveal more impactful for the audience. After another quick medium close-up shot showing the lieutenant in profile, we once again return to the original medium shot and initial perspective, though the surgeons have gone and Dunbar's view of the battlefield hospital can be seen in much greater detail. As the scene progresses, the filmmaker uses a strategy of alternating medium close-up to close-up shots of Lieutenant Dunbar with cut-in shots that further enhance the despair the character is feeling. These cut-ins include a trucking shot which pans from right to left showing the horrific surgical tools used to amputate limbs during that time, a long shot of another soldier who's already lost a leg at the hip, and Dunbar's lower leg struggling to push fully into the boot he's managed to retrieve from the discarded pile shown previously. It appears each shot of Dunbar during this sequence is slightly closer than the last one, with the intent of revealing more of the physical pain and mental determination he's experiencing as the scene progresses. In closing, it's interesting to note that this was one of the very last scenes shot, despite it being the first of the film. Also, in shots where Kevin Costner's face is off-camera in this scene, his stunt double is playing Lieutenant Dunbar lying on the table. Costner himself is actually playing the faceless surgeon on the right, while producer Jim Wilson is the surgeon on the left, though other actors' voices were obviously used to deliver the dialogue. Overall, the scene succeeds in relaying the current circumstances and emotional state of the main character using only minimal dialogue and a few shot variations. The story elements which emerge from the scene are subtle, but impactful and increasingly emotional throughout its running time. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Thanks for watching.